As Nick fumbles for the right words, Taehyung's patience is tested, but his smirk never falters. This whole interaction was amusing, to say the least. And I'm sure Jungkook appreciates your unwavering support, Taehyung says smoothly, the sarcasm so subtle it almost feels genuine. But before you go, I should warn you, Jungkook might not be in the best state for visitors right now. A surprise visit isn't the best idea. Nick's brow furrows, his curiosity piqued. Is he not feeling well? Taehyung chuckles lightly, leaning against the doorframe with effortless ease. Let's just say it was a long night. He might need some time to compose himself. Nick's eyes widen, and he stammers, "Oh, I didn't mean to intrude. I just wanted to check on him." "Is he okay?" "He's fine," Taehyung assures, his tone calm and measured. "Just occupied. I'm sure he'll appreciate your concern later. For now, though, maybe give him some space." "Right, of course," Nick replies quickly, nodding like an obedient puppy. "I don't want to bother him." "Thanks for letting me know." Taehyung nods and steps aside, gesturing subtly toward the staircase. "Good. Glad we're on the same page." As Nick seems to take the hint and begins moving toward the exit, Taehyung casually places a hand on his shoulder, guiding him along. The touch isn't aggressive, but the weight of it speaks volumes. "So, Nick," Taehyung says conversationally, his voice smooth as velvet. "It's been interesting meeting you. I'm sure Jungkook will appreciate your concern once he's had a moment to himself." Nick offers a sheepish smile. "Thank you, sir. And, I'm sorry again for the confusion earlier." "No need to apologize." Taehyung's smirk sharpens, a flicker of amusement lighting his eyes. "Misunderstandings happen. It's just a matter of knowing your place." Nick falters for a moment, unsure if he misheard the edge in Taehyung's voice. He nods, trying to save face. "Of course. I just want Jungkook to feel supported." "Admirable," Taehyung replies, his tone almost mocking. "But as his primary support system, I've got it covered." They reach the building's entrance, and Taehyung holds the door open for Nick, his smile polite but laced with dominance. Nick steps outside, turning back awkwardly to face him. "Thank you again, sir," Nick says, his voice eager to please. "I really appreciate the talk. I just want to be there for Jungkook, you know. Make sure he's happy and safe, of course. It's important to look out for those we care about," Taehyung replies, his eyes narrowing ever so slightly. "Though, sometimes, caring means knowing when to step back." Giving them space to breathe, Nick nods quickly. "Right, absolutely. I just didn't want him to feel alone." Taehyung's smirk deepens. "Alone? Jungkook isn't alone. He is me. Always." Nick hesitates, caught off guard by the intensity in Taehyung's voice. "Understand, sir. Thank you for everything. If you ever need help with him, don't hesitate to ask." "Help? From you?" Taehyung raises an eyebrow, fighting back a laugh. "How generous. I'll keep that in mind, anytime, sir," Nick says earnestly. "I mean it. Jungkook means a lot to me." Taehyung chuckles, his voice low and dangerous. "Yeah, you've mentioned. Now, if you'll excuse me." He steps back into the building without waiting for Nick to respond, his smirk lingering as the door clicks shut. With Nick out of the way, Taehyung heads back upstairs, ready to return to the one person who truly matters. Jungkook. Nick shifts uncomfortably, his earlier bravado faltering as Taehyung's unwavering gaze holds him in place. He shoves his hands into his jacket pockets, trying to appear casual, but the growing unease in his eyes betrays him. I just wanted to make sure Jungkook knows how much I care about him, Nick says, his voice faltering slightly. Taehyung tilts his head, his sharp features casting a shadow of authority over the conversation. Oh, I don't doubt it, Nate, it's Nick, he corrects weakly, his confidence slipping. Right, Nick, Taehyung enunciates the name with deliberate care, his lips curling into a smirk. It's sweet how much you care. But as I said, sometimes the best way to show support is to give someone the space they need. Nick nods quickly, eager to agree. Of course, I wouldn't want to overwhelm him or anything. Exactly. Taehyung's tone is calm, almost soothing, but there's a sharpness to it that cuts through Nick's flimsy excuses. Jungkook doesn't need to be overwhelmed. He's delicate, after all. Yes, I get that, sir. I'll keep it in mind. How considerate of you. Taehyung's words are laced with mock appreciation, his smile faint but dripping with amusement. But as I said, Jungkook is in capable hands. My hands, to be precise. So while your concern is touching, it's unnecessary. I understand, sir, Nick mumbles, his face flushing with embarrassment. I didn't mean to step on anyone's toes. It's just, it never hurts to have a backup. Taehyung lets out a soft chuckle, his head tilting as if he's truly amused. Backup? Oh, Nick, that's adorable. It's Nick, he murmurs again, his voice barely audible this time. Taehyung raises an eyebrow, his smirk deepening. Right, Nick. Just making sure we're clear. Nick forces a weak laugh, shifting awkwardly under Taehyung's gaze. We're clear, sir. Crystal clear. His hands twitch in his pockets, his earlier confidence reduced to a nervous shuffle. And, if you ever need help with him, I'm here. Taehyung's expression remains calm, but his tone hardens slightly. Help? From you, he lets out a dry laugh, shaking his head. How generous. I'll keep that in mind, anytime, sir, Nick says quickly, his eagerness betraying his discomfort. I just want Jungkook to be happy. Taehyung leans back slightly, his posture relaxed but exuding dominance. I'm sure you do, Nick. But you don't need to worry. Jungkook's happiness is well taken care of. Always. Nick hesitates, unsure of how to respond. Of course, sir. Thank you for understanding, Taehyung hums, glancing at his watch. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a day to get on with. It was interesting meeting you. Nick steps back, nodding quickly. Of course, sir. It was nice meeting you too. Likewise, Nate. Taehyung flashes a polite smile, his eyes sharp with amusement. It's Nick, the guy corrects for the final time, his voice barely above a whisper. Right, that's what I said, Taehyung replies smoothly, turning away without another glance. He strides toward his car, his smirk widening as he hears Nick's muttered goodbye. Sliding into the driver's seat, Taehyung lets out a low chuckle, shaking his head at the absurdity of the conversation. Oh, Jungkook, the things I put up with for you, he murmurs to himself, a satisfied smile tugging at his lips as he starts the engine. As he drives away, his thoughts drift to Jungkook waiting upstairs, no doubt still flushed and disheveled from their earlier morning together. The memory alone is enough to make Taehyung's smirk deepen, anticipation coursing through him. The day ahead promises challenges, but for now, He's content knowing that Jungkook is, and always will be, his. Later that day, Jungkook lounges in his apartment, a cozy hoodie draped over his slim frame as he balances a steaming bowl of tteokbokki on his lap. The quiet hum of a drama plays on the TV, filling the room with soft chatter and ambient light. As he's about to take another bite, his phone vibrates beside him. Jungkook picks it up, his lips curling into a small smile when he sees Taehyung's name light up the screen. Taehyung, how's my baby bunny doing? Jungkook snorts softly at the message, his fingers flying across the keyboard. Jungkook, living the high life, spicy rice cakes, a K-drama, and sore legs, thanks to someone. The reply comes instantly, Taehyung's words practically dripping with playful arrogance. Taehyung, sore legs? I'd call that a fond memory, not a complaint. Should I come over to pet her? Jungkook, you just make it worse, and we both know it. Taehyung, guilty. Speaking of, I've been thinking about this morning. Jungkook pauses mid-bite, raising an eyebrow as he types back. Jungkook, wow. Dangerous territory for you. Should I be worried? Taehyung, cute. Keep teasing, and you'll find out just how dangerous I can get. But no, I've been thinking you deserve a reward. Jungkook, a reward? Why? Taehyung, for putting up with me, obviously. And for how good you looked beneath me earlier. Jungkook's face flushes as he reads the text, his free hand clutching the blanket draped over him. Jungkook, I'm sure you've already rewarded yourself plenty with all that. Taehyung, oh, I have. But this is for you. I was thinking of getting you something new for our little collection. Jungkook nearly chokes on his food, his ears heating at the implication. Jungkook, you're unbelievable. What brought this on?